Hello, my fellow techies. Today's video is for the absolute beginner, the person who wants to learn how to program and doesn't know where to start. We're going to answer a couple questions today. And specifically, we're going to set up an integrated development environment. And that's what you see in front of you on the screen right here. This is called vscode. It was developed by Microsoft, and this is where we're going to write and run code. It's going to be where we want to build projects in the future. But before we get there, let's discuss some basics. We'll notice that we have this file right here called demo.py. This .py extension means that it's a file that can execute Python code, and Python is one of the most popular programming languages right now. It's good for both beginners and for experts because it reads like English and it's an incredibly powerful language. So the first line that people normally write in Python is print hello world. And if we run this, we'll see we get that output right there, hello world. So how do we get to this point? We need to download two things. We need to download Python and we need to download VS Code. So let's go to Google. We'll just look up Python and we'll see it's one of the first things that pops up. So we just want to click that downloads button and we'll see a prompt right here, download Python 3.9.5. If we click that, it should just do an automatic install, but if not, you can also select the version that you want to install down here and click the download button there. So once we have this installed, we're going to want to open our installer. For me, it was a .pkg file because I am on Mac. And we'll just want to continue through this. Feel free to read it if you want. Agree to the terms and conditions. We'll see that this is 118.8 megabytes. So make sure you have a little bit of space on your computer. Okay. And this will take about, depending on your internet connection speed, probably about 45 seconds, maybe a minute, potentially less. And what we're going to want to do in the meantime while we're waiting for this is we can come back to Google and we can look up VS Code. And exact same thing, we're going to want to come over to the download link and then select the platform that we want to download on. Again, I'm on Mac right now, so I'm going to download the Mac link. We'll see that I'm on Chrome, so in the bottom left is where my downloads are going to pop up. We see that zip file. Let's come back over here. Okay, we see Python was installed. Cool. Move our downloader to the trash. I forgot to, sorry, I was practicing before the video and I forgot to delete the first time that I installed this. So once we install VS Code, we have Python installed now. Now we have Visual Studio Code. We'll open that and we should get something that looks probably less like that and more of, let's quit and reopen. See if we can get that intro screen. Here we go. We should expect something like this. And we'll probably get a pop-up that says you have something installed in your system, or would you like to install this? We'll ignore those for now. But what's going to happen is we're going to come over here and we're going to want to open a folder. And the way we can do that is we can come up to File and Open, and then we're going to want to pick the folder that we want to open. And you can create a new folder for this. So I'll just, let's call this example project. Okay, we get a reload. And now we'll see we have this welcome screen and we have this bar right here. This is example project, and it looks like there should be something there, but there's not. So what we'll do is, because again, we opened an empty folder, so we're going to add a file to this, and we can call this whatever we want. We can call this, I called the other one demo.py. Guess we'll call this one example.py. And I've already had Python installed, and at this point VS Code will probably be prompting you to install a Python extension. The same way we saw those little pop-ups before, it'll say, "We notice you have Python installed. Do you want to install the extension?" And you should say yes to this. Extensions in VS Code are going to be down here, this little 3 block and 1 block popping off symbol. And we can search for extensions. If you don't get that prompt, or if you accidentally clicked out of it, just type in Python, and we'll see that this is actually an official extension by Microsoft, and it comes with a bunch of very useful stuff. One, you'll be able to actually run your Python code. It'll have some snippets in there, so if you start typing something, it can help you autocomplete. It has formatting settings. It's very helpful. And at this point, once we have VS Code installed, we have our language, Python, installed, we have the Python extension installed to connect VS Code and Python. You should see at the top of your file this green arrow right here, and this means that everything is configured properly. You have VS Code, Python, and the extension. So we can now write code. We can do that print hello world that we did at the beginning of the video, and we should see this output right here, hello world. I hope this helps, guys. This is the beginning of a programming journey for you, and there are a lot of challenges ahead of you, and I'm very excited to see you overcome them all. I'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you guys later. Peace.